It is my honor to present the Center for Community Change Champion in Public Service Award to this giant of a man whose life journey is one of sacrifice and steadfast service, and who has never failed to get himself in good trouble, fighting for justice for all of us, no matter our race, our gender, or our immigrant status. I am so pleased, and please help me welcome to the stage our 2018 Center for Community Change Public Servant Award to the Honorable Congressman John Lewis.
Hello, everybody. I'm deeply honored to be here tonight. I know something about community change. I know something about organizing. DePaul, thank you. Thank you. To all of the volunteers, supporters of this great organization, thank you for finding a way to get in the way. Thank you for finding a way to get in good trouble, necessary trouble. You know, I admired President Kennedy. I admired Robert Kennedy. I admired Martin Luther King Jr. Now, most of you don't know, I grew up in rural Alabama. Very, very poor. My father was a sharecropper. I grew up with 6 brothers and 3 sisters. One of her mother, one of her father, grandparents, and great-grandparents. But in 1944, when I was 4 years old, and I do remember when I was 4, my father had saved $300, and a man sold him 110 acres of land. My family still owns this land today. On this farm, we raise a lot of cotton and corn, lots of peanuts, and sometime I'll be out there working in the field, picking cotton, gathering peanuts, pulling corn. My mother would say, boy, you're falling behind. You need to catch up. And I would say, this is hard work. And she would say, hard work never killed anybody. I said, well, it's about to kill me. As a little child, I knew it was important to get an education. So some early mornings, I would get my book bag and hide under the front porch and wait for the school bus to come up the hill and slip off to school. And when I saw those signs that said white men, colored men, white women, colored women, white waiting, colored waiting, I would ask my mother why, my teachers why. They would say, that's the way it is, don't get in the way. But one day I heard of Rosa Parks. And I met Rosa Parks when I was 17. I heard of Dr. King. I met him when I was 18. And I was inspired to get in good trouble. And I got in trouble. I want to thank each and every one of you who've been supporting the effort for community change, for getting in the way. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, we have a moral obligation to do something, to say something. There are forces in America today trying to take us back as a people. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward and create one America, one family, because we all live in the same house, the American house, the world house. There was a man by the name of A. Philip Randolph, who was born in Jacksonville, Florida, moved to New York City, became a champion of civil rights, labor rights, and human rights. He helped organize. It was his idea of a march on Washington. He wanted to march during the days of President Roosevelt, President Truman, and during the days of President Kennedy. I will never forget it. I had all of my hair. A few pounds lighter, 23 years old, we met with President Kennedy. We told him we were going to march on Washington. And President Kennedy said, in effect, if you bring all these people to Washington, won't there be violence and chaos and disorder? We said, Mr. President, it will be orderly. It will be peaceful. And the day we marched on Washington, 10 leaders, it went so well, so peaceful, so orderly. People from all over America, people living abroad came home to participate in the march. President Kennedy was so moved by what happened on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. And on the mall, he invited us back down to the White House. He stood in the door of the Oval Office. He was beaming like a proud father, just happy about what had going on. And he thanked each one of us. And when he got to Martin Luther King Jr., he said, thank you. You had a dream. A few months later, it was the bombing of the church in Birmingham, 18 days later, where 4 little girls were murdered. Then in November, President Kennedy was assassinated. As someone said, Arlene said earlier, we lost Martin Luther King Jr. We lost Bobby Kennedy. These two young people, two young leaders that I got to know. I wish they were still with us, all three. America would be different. Our world would be different. Our planet would be different. So we're here. We are here. And each one of us must do what we can to help create the beloved community and never, ever give up. We cannot give up. We have a right to know what is in the food we eat, what is in the water we drink, what is in the air we breathe. It makes me sad, and it made me cry when I heard mothers on television, on the radio crying because of what people have done to their little children. When I saw little children, little babies, looked like they was in jails, in cages. That's not right. That's not fair. And history would not be kind to us as a nation, as a people. We stand by and let this continue to happen. So I thank you. You know, I got arrested a few times. 40 times during the 60s. And since I've been in Congress, another 5 times. And my last arrest with 8 members of Congress and about 200 private citizens trying to get the Speaker of the House, we were on the Capitol ground, to bring forth a comprehensive immigration reform bill. If the Speaker had brought this bill forth, we would have passed it. Every single Democratic member would have voted for it. Enough Republicans would have voted for it. And President Obama would have signed it into law. We got to do it. It's not right, it's not fair for people to be living in fear. I will finish by saying, it was A. Philip Randolph who said to us when we were planning the March on Washington, he was saying, maybe our foremothers and our forefathers all came to this great land in different ships, but we're all in the same boat now. Dr. King put it another way. We must learn to live together as brothers and sisters. If not, we will perish as fools. You know, a few short years ago, I led a march with Jose Williams across a bridge in Selma. We were beaten. I had a concussion. I thought I was going to die. I thought I saw death. The vote is precious. It is the most powerful, nonviolent instrument or tool we have in a democratic society, and we must use it. We got to get out and vote like we never, ever voted before. Let's vote. Do it. Thank you very much.